It's so nice to have you back here. If you watched my videos in the last 2 years, and now it's nearly 3 years, then I'm super happy that you are joining again for a video on the Fabled Academy. Actually, I didn't really think I will make a video in this year again. I left YouTube 7 months ago, and something brought me back, actually. Something brought me back, and I saw some of you were leaving the channel already when I uploaded my last video. Not about Flesh and Blood, actually, and I think that is the reason totally why some of you already desubscribed, because we are Flesh and Blood channel here, right? We love Flesh and Blood. I still love Flesh and Blood. I have to be honest here. I still play the game, I still collect the game, and I want to talk in this video to you about why did I leave YouTube 7 months ago? And why am I returning now? Will I do videos again? Will I do videos on a weekly basis like I did? So let's talk about that. Happy that you're joining, and I hope you have a nice day. Hope you're having a good time while watching this video. Let's talk about what we all love, and that's these amazing, beautiful trading card games. So I want to talk to you at first about my experience last week at Spiel in Essen. Yeah, I'm from Germany, as most of you know me from the Flesh and Blood tournaments, but also from this YouTube channel. But I love to do these videos in English and get to know people around the world, not only in Germany. So I was at Spiel, and I go there usually every year because I live close by, and I love this convention. I love board games, I love the TCG area. Actually, I have to say the TCG area at the convention is my favorite, and this year I got to spend there 4 days actually, and that was a dream of mine for a long time. So a friend of mine lives in Essen now, and I could stay at his place so I could enjoy all the 4 days of fun at Spiel. And then the first day I was playing a lot of different TCGs there. So you have to imagine there are all the big companies that bring out TCGs, also the newer TCGs like Altered TCG. There was Star Wars Unlimited, but also there was Flesh and Blood, and I was super excited. I was telling my friends here from a local area too, let's join there, let's play some games. Because last year actually at Spiel, there was the opportunity, to play Armories at Spiel. So I wasn't playing there last year, but my friends did. And we were planning on playing again there, drafts, sealed, but sadly there were no such events this year at Spiel for Flesh and Blood, which was a bummer, I have to say. I was super excited to play Rosetta. I love the limited format for Rosetta. I even won my first Armory with exactly this deck, with Verdance. Got 3-0 there. And that was the first time actually that I won any tournament in TCGs. Just showing you the cards that I drafted here. And I actually really like it. I like actually the theme. As you know, Tales of Aria was my first set in Flesh and Blood, and the set that I love the most, I have to say. And I love the inclusion now with Wizards and all these new artworks from Aria. Even seeing our favorite heroes from back then. Oldhim, Lexi, Briar, of course, and Yorick from the first Pro Tour, where I also were in New York. That's so amazing. So, new set, totally busted. It's super awesome. But then, when I didn't get to play Flesh and Blood at Spiel, I was looking for other TCGs there too. And then, after I played Altered and Star Wars, and I was looking at the Flesh and Blood booth. Actually, the booth is super amazing. I'm not sure if you have seen pictures from it online, but man, Flesh and Blood just does an amazing job on the convention booth and doing the learn to plays there. So for new players, I think it was an amazing event to get to know Flesh and Blood and try out the new heroes, the 2 new first strike decks from Rosetta, and also getting to know Ira. One of my all-time favorite cards in any TCG, I have to say. I even have a poster of her hanging here in my office. And yeah, so I got to, after playing Altered and Star Wars, get to know sorcery. And I have to say, I knew about sorcery, but I wasn't really interested in it before seeing it at the convention. I even bought into the Kickstarter. I bought an alpha case there, thanks to my friend Andreas, shout out to you. I could make some money off that. So I bought into the Kickstarter, but I reselled the case immediately. And I thought, yeah, sorcery isn't really for me. No one is playing it at my area. And it is most likely a collector thing. So I'm not really interested in collecting a new TCG because I'm focusing on Flesh and Blood. I had a huge Flesh and Blood collection back then. I don't have it anymore. That's a point which I will talk about in a few seconds here too. But yeah, that's basically my sorcery experience when the Kickstarter happened. And with the money from the alpha sorcery case that I sold, I bought some of my Flesh and Blood cards that I really wanted because I love collecting Flesh and Blood and I love these Marvels, as you can see here, especially these history pack Marvels. Back then I had a collecting goal. Every collector has a goal, right? If you have a collecting goal, write it down below. And if you ever achieve your collecting goals, or if you just set new goals after achieving your last one, just like I did back then. But yeah, I wanted to buy these Marvels. I had some, I didn't had some, but yeah, I wanted to complete 2 full sets of these. Can you imagine this? Even one set is crazy, but I wanted to have 2. So yeah, that's basically my story. And just financially looking, it was probably a bad decision for sure, but I'm not mad about it. That's just the way I saw things back then. And I changed a lot, I have to say. I don't think in this direction anymore. That is also a reason why I decided I need some time off from YouTube. I need to have some time, to shift my life, to shift my view on these TCGs, these awesome TCGs that we all love and that I love to share my experience with you in these games. And I have to say I shifted, definitely. I sold nearly my entire collection for Flesh and Blood. And that is a huge thing for me, I have to say. I was, for years and years, I was a big lover of collecting these cards. Don't get me wrong, I still collect these cards, as you can see here. I have some cards here lying, and we will talk about these cards, but I decided I need to sell a lot of my collection and actually get rid of debt that I gotten into a few years ago. Also because of trading cards, I have to honestly say, and that was one of the worst decisions of my life. And I'm so happy that I gotten around and I gotten out of it. And it was painful the way the way out of it, and it was a lot of work, but I made it. And that's why I can sit here and talk to you about it, and hopefully share some of my thoughts, some of my experiences that I've made along the way. And maybe if even only one of you can relate to this, and through this video or through the other videos that I may make in the future on this channel, shift your perspective a little bit and think about why you are spending so much money on cards, why you're seeing red numbers on your bank account every month, and why you're doing this over and over again. Then maybe there is something that you need to take the time and look at. For me, it was definitely, there were different things, and that is also mental health. It's not only a spending thing. Oh, I'm addicted to buying cards, for example. For me, it was definitely a thing of filling an empty void. I'm not sure if that is the correct wording for this in English, but I definitely had to take care of some things And I did take care of some things. Actually, I pretty much work on the problems that I have with myself, or with kind of things that I had in my childhood. But still, I needed to learn more about it, learn more about myself, and dig deeper, and being honest to myself that I need to tackle this problem when moving forward in my life, because I have goals in my life. I want to achieve things. I want to be happy, and I am actually. I was happy all the time, but maybe not all the time, for sure. Not everyone is happy all the time, right? But yeah, it's mostly like these childhood things, relationship with my father, and I don't want to go into super depth here, but if you are having these things too in your life, you may can relate. And I'm happy to share some of mine here, so we can do videos together again. And I'm so happy about that. Yeah, really, like it's been 3 years since I discovered Flesh and Blood at the Spiel, the same convention that I now discovered sorcery. And I have to say, it was one of the best decisions of my life to open up myself for this new TCG, going away for only playing Yu-Gi-Oh back then, collecting Yu-Gi-Oh, and open myself up to this new TCG, going out, doing these videos finally, which I wanted to do for a long time in Yu-Gi-Oh, but I didn't do it. And then also meeting all these amazing people out there, maybe even you when you watch this video, and going to these amazing tournaments, which Flesh and Blood is so good at. These Pro Tours, the World Championship, even the local armories, they are so amazing. And I can be so thankful that in my local area there are 2 stores that have Flesh and Blood armories and even ProQuest and stuff like that. And they are amazing players. I even made some friendships through this here locally, met new people. And so I'm super, super happy about that. And I can totally understand that if you're a hardcore Flesh and Blood player and you want to see these meta reports and these meta interviews and these deck profiles that I did in the past, and now there is a sorcery interview, a sorcery TCG interview with 2 players that made the first and second place at the Arthurian Legends pre-release in Essen. Damn, what is that? I'd rather go away, and that's totally okay. I totally understand that. But I really want to make sorcery content. I have to say, this game is just amazing, I think. It really touched me. I think the story around it with this set, Arthurian Legends, is just amazing. I even looking at the cards in person, I like the cards more than I thought. But that is not a reason for me to go back and just dig myself into spending a lot of money on the cards and collecting everything and buying hundreds of booster boxes and opening them up and getting addicted to that booster feeling. But yeah, I really want to play the game. I bought a playmat because if you don't know sorcery, you are not playing it like Flesh and Blood. Actually, you are playing it on a board with different zones, like chess, or like, if you know that game, Heroes of Might and Magic, where you can move around your units. And I love these games. And now you are maybe asking yourself, when you say you don't want to collect these cards, why do you have this card? Isn't this an expensive card in sorcery, Alex? And I'm like, yeah, but I actually got so lucky. I pulled this card from a single booster pack that I got gifted at the sorcery event at Spiel. So I got really lucky there, but I will probably sell this card and maybe take some money off that and do videos again. Because when I want to start making videos again, I need the editing software for that again. And I really like to work with Descript. Not sure if you guys know that software. I also worked with other softwares that are free, but that would be something that I would happily sell to then start making content again, but also the rest of the money just save, That's why I left the channel to take care of my finances, and now I'm saving money. And even when I have like an emergency fund ready, will invest on the long term in ETF and not only in cardboard anymore. And guys, a stone is falling for me because I just got this around and I'm so happy about it. And if you're watching this and you're having problems with that, like I said, maybe there is something. Okay, so I want to do content again. I don't want to tell you that I will do it every week from now on, but I would be so happy if you comment down below what you would love to see on the channel, on the Fabled Academy, when I do content again, even if it's not only for Flesh and Blood. So, if you like it so far, what I'm telling you, I would be really happy if you like the video. If you aren't subscribed, if you subscribe to the channel, that would mean so much to me. But now I want to also tell you that when you're watching this and you are so deep into the TCGs, into Flesh and Blood, into Sorcery, into Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever, it is super important to also take time and take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and taking care of the other hobbies that you might have in your life if you're only into TCGs. In my case, actually, I am super interested into sports, for example. And in the 2 years where I did this channel, I was really getting vanished. Is it the right term? I was really not, going into the gym anymore, doing other sports that I loved, like martial arts, or riding the bike, or working on my triathlon goal. I actually wanted to do a triathlon before COVID. And I didn't really work on it after COVID was over, but now I'm back into it. I'm riding a gravel bike now. Sadly, I broke it 2 weeks ago, but it's getting repaired, and after that I'm riding again. Also going to swim. I'm swimming since a few weeks again, and I'm doing much better, honestly. And that is something that I want to keep, even when doing these videos. So I'm happy to tell you that. So now, what did I actually do in Sorcery? Maybe you're interested in that. I've not only won an armory in Flesh and Blood, but I also played a draft in Sorcery. I won one game there. It was my first real game at the Spiel. So on Thursday I did a demo deck game. I got hooked. Then on the next day I came back and I played a draft. That is what I love in Flesh and Blood too, these limited formats. And so I thought, why not try out the draft in Sorcery too? So they gave out this little reminder cards on what you have to do and what you have to take care of in Sorcery when drafting or playing Sealed. That is super awesome. And they gave out the boosters for free, actually. They just gave me 3 boosters for free to try out the draft. And I was like, are you serious? That's crazy. That's really nice. And I won one game. I was really amazed that I managed to win a game there. And so I was talking to the Sorcery team, and they were like, there's also a pre-release Sealed event tomorrow at the White Rabbit store. Shout out to Heiner and Sasha, the whole White Rabbit. Go check them out. And so I managed to get a ticket. There were 8 tickets more for the event because so many people wanted to sign up. And so I decided to buy one of those 8 tickets and go on Saturday in the White Rabbit store instead of going to Spiel. And I managed to play there. And this was an amazing experience. And then I decided it's time to record again. And so thankful that Jesse and Geoffrey agreed to do the interview, the deck profile, the deck tech, whatever you want to call it, with me. And go check that video out if you haven't seen it. But now for a second, look through these cards, and I have to say I'm a bit mixed on the artworks. I love some, I dislike some, but I think there are some amazing artworks in there. But the game is so much fun. And the tournament, I got 17th place out of 51 players, which again, I'm super surprised that I managed to do that on the first time on playing a tournament after just discovering the game. But managed to win 3 games. I lost 2 games, and then I drawed my first game because we needed to go in time. I had so many questions. Jesse, one of the judges from the sorcery team, he really was super nice. He answered all of my questions. He was so helpful on learning the game on the go. And so I drawed that one. But actually, I would have won that one if we didn't go into time. So yeah, I will definitely play sorcery again. Not sure when, because we locally don't have a play group. A friend of mine is interested in playing it too, so I bought this playmat nonetheless, so I can play it at home too. Maybe I even do a video on the playmat, who knows. Yeah. If you still stick with me, we are 20 minutes in the video. I think I covered everything that I want to say for now, but I still have these 6 packs that I bought at the White Rabbit after the event was over. So I just wanted to show you these. Maybe we open up these in a future video together, and then we build a sealed deck out of these, because you get 6 packs in a sorcery sealed event, and then we talk a little bit about the cards. If you're interested in that, definitely comment that down below. And also, if you're interested in seeing the rest of my collection, what I have left, I wanted to keep some cards for myself after managing to paying off all my debt and managing to go to 0 finally on my bank account after spending, so going paycheck to paycheck is the term saying, right? Now I don't go paycheck to paycheck anymore, and that is also just a so freeing feeling. I also started the emergency fund. There is a little bit in there already, but here are some cards in my binder that I want to keep. There's even some space left in the binder, so I don't stop collecting totally, but I want to do it on a healthy way, and I'm so happy that I have this hobby that connects us all around the globe, that we can share our experiences in, that we can travel together, right? Play the game, see the world. That is what Flesh and Blood brought to me. Man, I'm so thankful for that. So maybe we look together in the binder and I tell you some stories on why I keep certain cards. And maybe we relieve some of the, some of that void that was in me and that still is in me. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, and we see us again at the Fabled Academy in the future.